Dead, diddy, dead, 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 dead.
That is dead.
Remember when you were younger and the kid at school said that Star Wars is gay and you said, no, it's not? Well, Leslye Headland, or Leslye Headspace if you prefer, would like to remind us that yes, in fact, Star Wars is gay. This is real. The Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland says preview audiences regularly praise the series as the gayest Star Wars. I don't know how that's praised, but here we go. Down the rabbit hole we go. This is from an interview right here, and this is where they declare what they have to think about this. This is Amandala Stenberg, the actress who portrays the main character, May, I believe her name is, in the show, and then Leslye Headroom herself.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Threatened. Nobody's afraid. We're just disgusted.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay. Was this the fun element of?
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and
It's the gayest Star Wars, apparently. Woohoo! Now hear what she has to say about that, what her reaction is to it.
told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly
You're offended?
into it. No.
She says she's into it, just like that. That's it. That's exactly what it is. This is not anything that's a serious production. They gave these women $180 million and they decided to make, I don't know, like an Instagram promo out of it, basically. So here we go. A little later on in here, we've got her saying it right here. She says, I don't think so yet. People have told me this is the gayest Star Is, and frankly, I'm into it, as we just heard in the clip. So here you have the actual transcript of what she actually said, right? So this is real, and this is something she's deliberately taking credit for, a victory lap, if you will, of making what audiences are calling the gayest Star Wars. This isn't something that she herself or the writing team or Disney themselves cooked up. This is what the audience walked away with, okay? Now we'll get on a little bit further here with Amandala Stenberg, right? This is the actress who plays the main character. And so this is what she said about this. She says, you know, as she was doing this production with Headland, Headspace, and doing all of this Acolyte work, very, very intense actress work, very, very intense, she had this to say. She says, I think Star Wars is so gay already. I mean, have you seen the outfits? We do like, look how gay this is, and then we send it to each other, a photo reference. They send each other photo references saying, look at how gay I look. Okay? This is exactly what people in like high school and middle school would do to people who wanted to make their own Star Wars fan films. Were you going to be at the caliber of Lucasfilm or, you know, later on Disney? No, of course not. You're making this in the backyard with your friends. If you were lucky, your parents were able to help you. If not, you're on your own, pal. Hopefully with the family camcorder and not with like, you know, the flip phone camera trying to make a video 10 seconds at a time, movie 10 seconds at a time. But that's what this is they'll take pictures of themselves and then they'll sit there and say, look at how gay I am, and mock the Star Wars, mock Star Wars right down to the outfits, right down to the aesthetic of it. This is the people that they put in charge of this, gave $180 million to make a Star Wars series that rewrites everything, by the way, that rewrites everything. And then here we go. They close it out with this very big brain take right here. And it says, and are you telling me with a straight face that C-3PO is straight? I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian. It's not. R2-D2 is a dude, and if you're making the guys are lesbians joke, I don't know how many lesbians would be very offended by that, so Leslye Headroom, maybe don't do that. You know, I don't know. I don't know, man. But this is something that should, like, not surprise you, but probably explain most of the problems with the Acolyte. So as you'll notice here, directed by Leslye Headland, written by Leslye Headland, created by Leslye Headland, and executive producer Leslye Headroom. How about that? Well, that would certainly explain a lot of the creative decisions with the Acolyte and why it seems to be a bit of a monolith of someone's therapy session. But you know, a lot of people want to talk about the not Sith Lord guy and the hockey mask, that space hockey mask, and then you want to talk about the assassination and how that was like, you can't kill with a weapon. Psych, we're going to kill you with a weapon. And by the way, yeah, as you saw in the beginning, guess what? The Jedi we were all shown in the trailers and all built up in the advertising, gone, done. As I said at the beginning, deadity dead, 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 gone. So that's what you're left with, right? So everything we were shown is literally just to plant you in the first set of episodes. They are not going to show you anything further than these first 2 episodes in the previews. So it should really make you feel uncomfortable with what they're going forward with episode 3, which, as Chris Gore from Film Threat said yesterday, that this show, when it gets to episode 3, just murders Star Wars. It rewrites the Star Wars. It talks about the Force being a thread, and if you pull the thread, you change everything. No, that's not what it is. Even George Lucas said over at the France Film Festival, Cannes, I think it is, that people just don't understand the Force. He's the only one who gets it. So, I mean, as far as I know, it was a force that is all around us and is within us. It's a life force that technically has a sentience to it, but also has separate sentiences to it. There's a sovereign sentience when you become part of it, as we saw with Anakin, Yoda, and Obi-Wan when they greeted Luke at the funeral of Darth Vader on the Ewok planet. I've forgotten the name of it right now. Forgive me. But really, a lot of people want to talk about these other issues with the show, these much more important issues. But I think this one really demonstrates how stupid the people, well, Leslye Headland, because she's the people behind the show. She's all the people. Right here, the chair droids. Now, this seems really cute and fun. And, oh, look, they're adorable. They're made out of chairs. And, oh, look, these are droids before they could just get up and walk around and do things. So we're showing, like, this is a ye olde time back before, you had C-3POs and R2-D2s that were running around deserts trying to find desert hermits, right? Old Ben. But no, I want to attract your attention to this. This is kind of evil. We think about a special kind of hell, all right? Think about this. This is how deep their thinking went. They went, oh, it would be adorable if the chairs were pilots. That would be so cute. We could make the headrests into their faces and they can be all like judgmental. Yeah, it would be adorable. But really, when you think about the hell of a chair droid, consider that for a minute. The absolute hell of being bolted to the floor. You can't get up and walk around. These aren't the droids we saw at the chair droid that we saw in the prequels. These fellas, they're mounted to the floor. Look at them. They've been there so long and paint's chipping off of them. All right? So not only are you not able to move around, go, do, experience anything outside of this very space, they don't have elbows, so they can't reach out, grab, and interact with anything other than the controls immediately in front of them, which begs to differ, like, why not have an autopilot system? Why do you have droids that have to take over and handle this? And they don't even have fingers. They're just laying their pads on the controls, and they just interact that way, which, again, if they're bolted to the floor, how come they're not wired into the controls and must manually operate them? But furthermore, the most insidious and evil thing about this, in my opinion, and again, I know this just seems ridiculous, but I really want you to think about where their heads are, where Leslye Headland is when she put all of this together, completely uninterrupted, apparently, as you saw with those credits, right? Think about this. People sit on these droids, and they fart on them. That's right. You remember that scene from Rick and Morty where the butter droid is like delivering butter to Rick and it says like, what is my purpose? And the Rick says, you spread the butter. That's it. And the robot has like a mental health crisis happen. This is exactly what these guys are. You get farted on forever. That is your purpose. You are a fart receptacle. And when we are tired of you, we will sell you to other humans, other beings, other bipedal creatures who will also fart on you for an eternity. And you can't run away from the farting. You're there forever. You can't even move your head because you're the headrest. So you are trapped in a forever fart bubble. Also, it's a contained atmosphere in space. No matter what the carbon scrubbers do, you're stuck with that initial fart launch. You're stuck with it until the carbon scrubbers suck that out of there and purify the air again, if they even can. I don't know what Taco Tuesday is like when you eat stuff out of Mos Eisley, right? What's Taco Tuesday like when your face is just a pile of flaps, huh? I don't know what comes out the other side. But these guys right here, they're stuck with it forever. Somebody like takes the bubble gum, they stick that onto the side of the seat. That's forever. The droid doesn't have the opposable elbows. They just bend this way like a Barbie. They don't swing back and forth side to side. You can't even scrape the bubble gum off the side of the seat if somebody leaves that there. So that demonstrates just what Leslye Headland's thinking was on this. She didn't even consider what was going into this. This was just a really cute idea in their heads of, oh, you could have sassy chair droids who are also pilots. It'd be so adorbs. Yeah. No, it's horrifying to consider that these creatures who are clearly sentient must forever experience a stationary life, having no autonomy over their lives, and experience being farted on. All of their skill, all of their awareness, totally useless to them. And they just receive farts for their trouble forever. They fart on you forever. I think that's the takeaway from this show. Remember that. Every time you see the Acolyte, remember this phrase. They fart on you forever. But we'll catch up with you again with more breakdown on this. Tonight we have the 01 stream. Later on, this is 6/5/2024. I got a little space dyslexic there on what the numbers were. So it is June 5th, 2024. We'll be checking out the 01 stream over on the live stream tab that we're going to be talking about this. If you're checking out afterwards, see what we had to say about it. We will be talking about this episode. We will be breaking it down. And as you saw at the beginning, Carrie-Anne Moss, she bites it. And it's not even a cool fight. It's like the lamest Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon high school play performance version of it. And you remember how we were talking about that slowdown effect in Ahsoka when you see like all three of them are moving at different speeds, and it's because they had to speed up their footage individually because one of the guys, I think it was Ezra's actor, wasn't moving as fast as Ahsoka and the other one, but they were already sped up. So they're like doing their movements, and it doesn't make any sense at all with how their body movement is for the rest of the show. That's what happened here. You had Carrie-Anne Moss like dodging this way and dodging that way, and it's clear that they've had her do it in slow motion so that Amandala can like look cool doing strikes at her, right? And then they speed the footage back up so it looks like wah wah wah, you know. But meanwhile, it's like wah. You know, that's it.